What's going on, guys? New video. This video is what's the best sex advice anyone has ever given you? Posted by Tim Brodin. First one, don't expect someone to just know what you want. Tell them. Someone told us to ditch the PJs and sleep naked. Frequency of sex increased almost immediately. You don't say. Might have to try that. If you don't like what's happening, say it. Some girls buck like a bronco when you eat them out. Don't be afraid to get your arms around their hips for better stability. When I'm chowing down on my girlfriend, I have to legit hold her stomach so she doesn't buck me off. A firm hand on her sternum, right between her breasts, and then another right above the bikini area locks her down right proper. She usually goes even crazier after I do that too. Shit, I would too, and I'm a guy. Guys, when you're entering her, push just the head in and out for a bit. That feels so good. If I was already incredibly aroused and you just moved the head of your cock in and out of my opening for a bit, woo. If you told me to bark like a dog, woof, babe. That move is kryptonite. Don't use porn as a reference. Not everyone is going to have a horse cock, and positions look as awkward as they seem when you're doing it. Your sex doesn't have the production quality of a porno. Guys, if you can feel your fingernail when you scratch the inside of your cheek, then your nails are too long. Forget about any hang-ups you have about your body. If you are at the point where clothes are coming off, the other person does not care about your perceived personal flaws. They just want to be with you. When doing it doggy style, have the woman lay completely flat on the bed, with a few pillows under her stomach and waist. This creates a great angle for you to enter her from behind and deeper penetration. Ah, the prone bone, a man of taste, I see. I see you're a man of culture as well. The year was 1753, and I was but a boy with minimal experience in regard to the pleasures of the flesh. Sure, like any farm boy of my age, I had seen the pigs and goats fulfilling their primal desires. I knew what had to be done. I had grown curious during these years on the farm with Ma and Pa. My elders could sense it. They knew it was time to let me go. Sure, I was only 13, which, mind you, is as old as any prize-winning swine you would find at the spring fair. Seeking the pleasures of the flesh was not a quest I took lightly. I knew it would lead to unspeakable places. I just did not foresee the dark twist of fate the gods of flesh had in store for me. Anticipation and foreplay. If you really build it up the right way, she'll be practically forcing you to fuck her. For ladies, don't be self-conscious about your body. Just go on top. He's going to think it's sexy as hell no matter what you think you look like. Use the underside of your tongue when going down on a girl. It's smooth, unlike the top, and feels better. My dad told me this when I was 18, and he dropped me off at college. He's a wise man. Then, when it comes to said act, you suddenly think about your dad and how he knows it's good. Then you realize your parents had to have sex, and now you're thinking about your dad perform oral sex on your mom. Now your girl is staring at you as if you've suddenly gone limp and start thinking she's the issue. But you can't tell her you were just thinking about your parents, so you leave. Think less about what you can get from sex and more about what you can give to it. Make it mutual and not one-sided. If she says, don't stop, don't go harder. Do exactly what you're already doing. I, as a guy, for some reason, had a lot of lesbian friends when I was younger. They all tended to give the same advice when eating out, and my wife says it paid off. Slow at first, save the speed up for later. Surface area is important. Make your tongue as wide as possible at first. Later, you can target to increase intensity. She'll tell you what she likes by her reactions. Pay attention to them and keep doing what makes her moan. Save what makes her scream for intense moments. Keep going until she starts pushing your head away or she flat out tells you to stop. She may get multiples. It's a good thing. Things I had to learn the hard way. You've always got to know where your towel is. Generally, preparation is what I'm talking about. Know where your condoms protection are so you don't have to go searching. The afterglow can easily be ruined by having to search for a cleanup towel as well. You'd be amazed at how well just a little preparation makes everything easier and better. Sex is ridiculous. There will be awkward moments and crazy things. One time our dog sneaked into our room and licked my ass while we were hot and heavy. Try to keep the rhythm after that happens. Shit happens. Don't be uptight and laugh some. Communication is incredibly important. Luckily, my wife isn't that shy about herself, so she's fairly open about what she likes and dislikes. I was raised in the Bible Belt of America, where things like sex are taboo, so I'm still working on being less shy, awkward about it. The most important advice I can give is that it's okay to not be in the mood. While women in society are generally okay with not being in the mood, guys are supposed to be sex-crazed lunatics. This is not the case, and there will be times your significant other is ready to go, while you're just not ready. It's the same with any other couple, no matter what gender, but because I'm a male in a relationship with a female, this is the only experience I have. I was asking my friend how the hell to give my girl oral, because I suck ass at it, and she tells me up front. He told me, "It's not just about the tongue, bro. There's tons of erogenous zones on a girl's body. Maybe stop thinking with your tongue and use your hands also, you fucking moron." I looked up erogenous zones and kind of had a good visual sense of what to try to do. So I followed it, started touching her more, avoided the vaginal area completely, and she came. She had never fucked me better than when I actually got her off. This wasn't advice that I was given exactly, but it was something that I learned the hard way. One fateful afternoon back when I was an adolescent, I made the mistake of telling my then girlfriend about a particularly bizarre dream that I had, in which I've gotten turned on by tomatoes. Rather than causing her to laugh, the concept seemed to intrigue her, and she offered the idea of covering my nether regions with ketchup and then licking it off, which, after some hesitation, I agreed to try. It wasn't the sandwich sauce itself that was appealing to me, mind you, so much as it was the prospect of finally receiving oral sex. We'd have copious amounts of penetrative sex, but the girl had always claimed that fellatio made her gag. Anyway, the ketchup went on, and I was treated to a round of messy, tingly, and thoroughly half-hearted licking. When it eventually became clear that neither of us were really enjoying the activity, I suggested that we just skip ahead to the fun part. There was still a small problem of my downstairs area looking like a scene from a third-rate slasher flick, but we figured that we could both clean up after the fact. Teenage hormones may have been a factor. We soon discovered how monumentally stupid we had been. Rather than providing any sort of lubrication, the ketchup almost seemed to act like a surprisingly abrasive variety of glue. Our solution, idiotically enough, was to apply more of it, and then even more when the first edition only exacerbated things. In the end, we were both left unsatisfied, and the young woman in question wound up with an infection of some variety or another. That was the day when I learned a very important lesson, and one which I hope will benefit you. Give directions. Every woman is different. How the hell is a guy supposed to know? How the hell is a guy supposed to figure out what you like if you don't let him know? Give up control. Don't worry about your flabs, faces, noises, whatever. If I learnt anything, it's that a man goes crazy for a woman who fucks with self-confidence. My stepdad advised me to get really good at eating pussy. He said 99% of women aren't going to mind if you practice. So go to town every chance you get. He was totally right. I've dated a lot of women who are way out of my league in terms of looks, including ones who were just friends, until I casually offered to eat them out when the opportunity arose. The key, if you're curious, is to insist on no reciprocation and no strings. In my experience, most women, like most men, are not going to turn down good head, even if they're not really attracted to you. As long as they don't feel like they have to do anything in return, then almost without fail, once I managed to get them in the bedroom and make them come, they were suddenly into me. Guys like it when you take charge. Most girls are really quiet and reserved, and when they get horny, they don't really know what to do. I used to be one of those girls, but over time, I learned that any time I got horny, I could just reach over and start handling my man's junk. He got super turned on by me just grabbing whenever I wanted, and it's honestly super liberating to have that power. I give him head almost every day just because I love hearing him moan. He never complains about how sex-crazed I am. even though I'm horny like 90% of the time. I love kissing his neck and grabbing his butt, and being on top is great. Guys aren't always wanting to be the ones who take charge. I wish I knew this sooner. That's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please hit the like, comment, subscribe, comment. Stick around for next video.